Yo, what's up, Swag gang? You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Keon Lar, aka KL Swag, back here again with another video, bro. Look, man, we about to react to Urinating Tree, bro. You guys love Urinating Tree. I'm sorry, you guys. I will start dropping more reactions to Urinating Tree. This is hockey. You guys love hockey. You guys wanted me to react to hockey. I remember you guys was like, K Swag, you need to react to hockey as well. With Urinating Tree, not just football. So I was like, I got you guys. So this is the Haters Guide to the 2021 NHL season, bro, North and West. Make sure you comment and subscribe, and let's just get into the reaction. Oh, yeah.
I figured to be impossible in years past will be a reality soon. The NHL will be coming back to ESPN. It's probably going to be nowhere near what it was and be thrown onto their streaming service most of the time, but it's still a good sign. The league has a chance to double dip into the earnings with them and another TV network in the US. Although at this point it's more speculative than not.
Damn.
The same goes for how the 7 teams are doing in the North Division.
Ooh, he put it right in. Ooh, yeah, put it in, put it in, put it in.
With Calgary, you know that? There comes a time when a team should just give up on their current ambitions. The Flames
right between his legs again.
It was pretty much their last chance to accomplish anything of note, and they respond with, what a shocker, woeful underachieving. Sheer inconsistency that's only matched by the other 5 years that Calgarians have had to suffer through this infuriating
Bro, it's crazy because
I don't know, Brad. Maybe trying to bring in a bunch of Vancouver Canucks wasn't the answer when the problems were staring you right in the face. My God, they're struggling to maintain even strength production.
I couldn't play hockey, bro.
Goaltending is still merely passable instead of elite. This was so predictable, it was almost inevitable. I'm going to scream the solution right to you, okay?
I can play football and hit each other. Oh my God.
The current one has failed to get things done every single time they've been put to the task. But wait, this is Calgary. The true answer is in desperation heaves and half-baked schemes. Jeff Ward, I have no idea why he was brought back, but he's gone. In his stead, none other than Daryl fucking Sutter. Set the time machine back to 2004, we're gonna see some dinosaurs. This team deserves to...
Oh my God, bro.
Fail. We know what everyone wants to see from the Oilers.
Damn.
And they'll always put on a show. But now it's more than a 3-man band.
If I play hockey, I would play goalie.
Edmonton is assembling
I would play goalie. I'm not gonna lie.
And it starts with the
I would be the best goalie in NHL
Can we take a moment
history,
to show
bro.
how dominant Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl
Look at
have
that.
been this
Look
year?
at his trash.
Pretty much numbers Edmonton hasn't seen since the
in?
80s. To pair with them, Tyson Barrie reviving into old form to pair with a legit stud in Darnell Nurse. Better yet,
if I play hockey, I would be the best hockey player in NHL history, bro. Like playing goalie. That's it. I would be the best goalie player in the NHL.
Got the Mike Smith that's literally stopping everything in his path for no explicable reason. Oh, if this were NHL 94, they would be such a treat to play as in games. Pound for pound, they may boast the creme de la creme of talent in hockey. The rest of the team, it's okay. I wouldn't call it terrible, but the old issue still lurks. They're very top-heavy. And this isn't the NBA where they can just stick McDavid and Draisaitl out there for 50 minutes a night.
That's true.
Gotten some progress, but not enough. I expect some more moves to try and rectify this issue.
He had a whole split, guys.
The only way they'll get anywhere in the playoffs. Somewhere in an executive suite in Montreal, Marc Bergevin takes out a handkerchief and wipes his brow. Things are getting a little uncomfortable for him nowadays. The Canadiens did spend the most money out of any franchise this offseason.
Ooh, look at him scrambling over there.
In the beginning, things were good. They and Toronto were the only teams running with the ball that was placed before them. Tyler Toffoli and Josh Anderson were potting goals like they were bossy. Jeff Petrie was this team's new age offensive defenseman. But then all the good times dried up. They fell back into the pit. Carey Price lost form and is just pedestrian. The endless goals were a thing of the past. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Wow.
Claude Julien was chucked into the abyss for Dominique Ducharme. I firmly believe this is an AI-generated coach because a name shouldn't sound this French. Despite the COVID stoppage holding them back, one thing is clear. Bergevin is feeling his seat get hot. He knows if they don't make the playoffs, it might mean his job is a thing of the past. They expect big acquisitions to try to push them to the next level. Eric Stahl is just the beginning. The secret weapon, Cole Caulfield, is still to be unleashed from the college ranks. This next month is critical. Best of luck, Canadiens. Well, it can't get much worse for the Senators than it has over this season, now can it? Although I'm probably being a bit harsh. Nearly every single offseason acquisition they made to get up to the gap floor is blown up spectacularly.
Bro, I wonder how much
Matt Murray looks outright terrible in net, but they've gotten better. It's pretty much all you can hope for if you're a Sens fan. Tim Stützle, despite being nowhere near ready defensively, is a promising talent for the future. They've got more youth starting to mold into legitimate NHL caliber players. They're starting to see progress on that front, which is huge for the long-term future.
Okay.
The question is this. Is it enough development in this stage of the rebuilding process?
I'm not gonna
I'd
lie.
say
If I were playing hockey, bro, I'd put everybody on their ass, man.
you'd be hoping that at least some of the free agents they brought in would be at least
I'd
passable.
knock him on his
It's
ass
kind of
right
enforced,
now.
but sometimes that's the best case scenario for a long-term prognosis. I wonder if they'll keep it up to end the campaign. They aren't anywhere near as frustratingly bad as they were last year. That should count for something in this day and age, shouldn't it? The Maple Leafs have responded to the impotence and flaccidity with an explosion of high-end talent that they've
Damn, he
teased
fell.
but never harnessed. Austin
fell.
Matthews is out here turning into the North American Ovechkin. He's sniping so many shots. With how much they're paying the big guns, it's the minimum that should be
Damn.
accomplished. The veteran acquisitions
They
have been
failed.
tremendous assets as both leaders and producers. So far, it's been a good season, and they are strong contenders for the playoffs. But I don't know how to judge them. Consider me a flake, but I
Damn.
don't know how much of their success is due to them being good, and how much is
And
that the
Goldie
rest
looks
of the
hard,
division
though.
absolutely sucks. It's easy to look like world beaters when the rest of Canada is either mediocre or self-destructs whenever they step onto the ice.
I
There
wanna
are
see
too many
somebody
times
get
where
hit.
Tavares just looks invisible. Too many moments where goaltending has let them down. The rest of the division is creeping up on them. If
Okay.
they're not careful, they'll be back in the muck. Hasn't this team suffered enough?
Damn!
Most
He
of the
put him
league,
on
the
his
answer is no.
ass.
Wasn't this supposed to be the year of the breakout? Where every single pundit and naysayer was to be proven wrong about Jim Benning's tenure and usher in a new age of dominance? Sure as hell doesn't look like it whenever I watch this group flounder
Damn.
all over the ice. Goaltending has been a mixed bag. Braden
Goaltending.
Holtby so far has been yet another day one free agency deadweight. Thatcher Demko, fresh off signing a 5x5, has seen what's around him and threw up in disgust at the results. Maybe that puke landed somewhere in the vicinity of Quinn Hughes in the defensive zone because he's channeling the elite prowess of Marc-Andre Bergeron.
Okay.
Where does most of the blame for this abysmal performance lie? Day one of free agency.
Okay.
Sins of those past mistakes have come home to roost. Team depth is a barren waste of bloat. And this is even with Louis Eriksson being exiled to the taxi squad most of the time. Jake Virtanen has slumped hard. And now the narrative is that they should have kept Toffoli over him. No, the correct answer is in keeping both and not signing the likes of Jay Beagle and Antoine Roussel for $3 million per year. Now Vancouver has to scramble for stopgaps to try and tape up the gaping chasm that's taking the ship down. You want to know how this gets worse? Mass COVID outbreak on the team. Instead of hoping to save Benning's job, the Canucks might not finish the season. It could be a mercy killing for them, honestly. What is the verdict on the Jets?
Feel bad for
On
them.
one hand, they did have a bit of a struggle to start out the season. Most of that was due to Pierre-Luc Dubois having to wait 2 weeks for quarantine after being traded from Columbus, and then getting
Ooh.
injured 2 games into his tenure.
And also, if you guys want me to keep doing hockey highlights with urinating tree, all I gotta do is let me know down below in the comments, bro, and I will drop these videos every day.
But get past mid-February and allow for Dubois to return, and you've got yourself a decent little team on most nights.
Damn, he put that
Strong
right
production
in.
from the core. Team depth has been absolutely clutch.
Oh, he
looking
got it in. That was
directly
nice
at Adam
teamwork.
Lowry, and Connor Hellebuck has been strong
They
again.
just said my name. It said Lowry.
Francois returned to form as well.
Last name.
Team scoring has been some of the best in hockey, but the same issue I have with Toronto is the same with Winnipeg. How much of this is them being good? I like that the Leafs aren't the only game in town, but there are things the Jets can still improve. Team defense could use another piece or two, but the situation isn't as iffy as it was last season.
Okay.
They're intriguing to me moving forward. I wonder if we'll see a bold player or two heading down the stretch again.
No.
They might be getting impatient with the lack of
Damn, he.
postseason
Oh my
successes
God,
of
look
late.
at him.
Now for the
Yo,
one everyone
pound
may
up.
have been looking forward to seeing. There's a decent bit of disparity between the franchises. Some in the up and up, the others falling apart, and the Coyotes. That's all I need to say. Is it a bad thing that I think this team should be better than what they are? With the youth that's starting to emerge onto the scene, I should at least be expecting to see some sort of progress. I can wax poetic on the likes of Trevor Zegras and Jamie Drysdale all I want. I can praise the emergence of Maxime Comtois as a legit scoring option. It's just not showing up in the results column. They've blown some big games in humiliating fashion. Try those back-to-back blown 3-0 leads against Arizona for starters. Overall scoring is as down as it was last season. Nothing is clicking whatsoever. The
Oh,
core issue here is relatively
he said
simple.
nothing is clicking.
John Gibson isn't bailing the team out at every given turn. He's run
Yeah,
out
he
of gas
fell.
and sputtering badly. Same goes for poor Ryan Miller. Dude looks
What's that?
lost in net. So as a result, you've got a rebuild in desperate need of a jolt not getting it. and a group desperate for any sort of direction.
Ooh, he had a whole split.
What is the identity of this
goalies
team
be
moving
hitting
forward?
splits.
Aikens, you want people to forget how awful your tenure was in Edmonton? This is the place to start. I hate to say it, but I can't pay attention to anything on the ice about this group. And it's not like the Yotes are a bad team. They are what they are. They're a fringe playoff contender that needs a lot of things to break the right way to make a serious impact. They've been getting good returns from the young talent.
Damn.
Clayton Keller's been performing at a
Why
level
is
that
he
makes his
falling for?
contract a
What the
bit
hell?
easier to swallow. Phil Kessel has rebounded to form. The goaltending is still strong when healthy. So why am I so bearish on this team? I can't shake it. I mean, a playoff spot is right for the taking. Why is it that all I can think about is the off-ice turmoil?
Put him on his ass.
Yeah, there's more bullshit coming out of the team office.
Yeah, he ran right into the
Again.
goalie.
Turns out that video I made back in January, it's even worse than I had feared. Culture of intimidation, a family atmosphere that more resembles cult behavior, one hand
That's
that doesn't
crazy,
know
he
what the
ran
other
right
is
into the
doing, significant money issues due to a variety of factors. Oh, lovely. Exactly the kind of stuff I wanted to see from this shit heap. It's frustrating because this isn't what we should be focusing on, but we have no choice. The team is overlooked as a result of it. I hate it.
He said, I hate it.
Pit Barrel Cooker's unique hook-hanging design
yeah.
makes it easy for anyone to cook up brisket,
That shit
brats,
looks
ribs,
good.
and veggies that'll have you coming back for seconds.
Oh, I wanna
And this
come
small
back.
business chooses FedEx to deliver their cookers to your backyard. Turn up the heat for your small business with FedEx.
Relax.
Really doing it. Oh, baby. Here we see a legitimately threatening hockey team.
Bro, what is the best
Group
team in
boasting
NHL,
weapons at
bro?
nearly every point of direction.
What is the best team?
High-end skill, defensive playmakers, depth oozing out of their pores. It was a bit of a rough start for the Avs, but the hype was as good as advertised on most nights.
Okay.
These boys put on a show. The poor saps that have to deal with their might are the victims of their onslaught. This is even with injuries taking out most of the defense at a given time. So when they're playing the Jacob McDonalds and Daniel Renoufs of the world, they can still win games. However, like all great teams, they have a glaring weakness. One that has been exposed time and time again. One that holds them back from true glory. Backup goaltender. Grubauer has been outstanding this season, but Francouz has been out since training camp. And I have no idea when he's coming back. Hunter Mishka is not NHL caliber. Jonas Johansson is not a long-term fix. They're going to have to dive deep for a goaltending option at the deadline.
Damn, he
They'll
blocked it. That was
probably have to
nice. Oh my
overpay for it.
gosh. That's my type of
I don't
play
know
if I
they have a
played.
choice.
Damn, he got
Rico
that
was
in.
at
Los
least
Angeles
progressive.
Kings. Okay.
That much I will give the Kings credit for. It's mostly the same situation as last year. The core still humming along, but the youth is starting to take on a greater role.
Okay.
Cal Peterson is being handed the mantle of starter from Jonathan Quick, who still isn't the same as he once was. He has been sturdy in net. Drew Doughty has bounced back a bit after 2 sluggish seasons. I wouldn't say he's $11
haters
million a year worthy, but it's better than what it was. For what it is, at least they're showing some improvements. It's going to have to be a passing of the baton of sorts for a true.
Hey, as long as they showing improvement, that's not
Kopitar and
bad.
Doughty can still stick around, but the likes of Dustin Brown and Jeff Carter will have to be faded out soon. There are options in the pipeline, but they're still about a year or two away from taking the mantle. Keep staying the course and you'll be fine, Kings. No pressure just yet. There has to be some kind of miscalculation here. In what right mind are the Minnesota Wild considered to be a
That was
fun
smooth.
and exciting team?
Damn, that was smooth.
Wasn't this the whole close but not close enough group? The team that needed a magic pill to get them to soar to great heights? Here's the thing. They got that magic pill. Kirill Kaprizov, the new savior of the Wild franchise. He has been even better than advertised.
That was nice.
Incredible skill, brilliant playmaking, and the elite piece that they have desperately needed for years. The other big jolt, a revival of goaltending. Cam Talbot is back to his stuff, everything in his path for me at Edmonton for a bit.
Damn.
Capo Kakkonen has emerged as NHL caliber. With these improvements, Minnesota is back to being a potential player. Sometimes a few extra pieces are all a team needs.
Oh my
My
God.
issue, though, is it enough to get past Colorado and Vegas? I think they're still a nice team to watch, but that might be the thing that has most of us doubting them. I do have to say one thing, however. You have quite possibly some of the worst power play numbers I've ever seen out of a hockey club. Get it fixed soon. Jesus. What did you do to win that Stanley Cup? What kind of black magic did you conjure for it? That's the only explanation I have for the horrible luck the Blues have had for the past few years. Despite their pedigree, it's been a massive struggle to keep relevant in the division.
Okay.
Pieces haven't meshed properly. The rock-solid shutdown unit that led them to glory has fallen apart.
Yeah.
They've lost 12 of 14. Things are getting extremely dire. The ailment that's been affecting St. Louis this year? Injuries. Injuries on injuries on injuries.
Oh,
was a time
everybody
when the
getting hurt.
majority of the
Everybody
defense was
falling
decimated
out
by
like
them.
flies.
It's why I'll give them a pass for the number of goals they've given up, but that will only last for so long. Even for their troubles, they're going to the gambling table and putting
Everybody
it all on
getting hurt.
red.
That's crazy.
Jordan Bennington was extended to a 6x6. It's a very bold move considering the short sample size and how he hasn't stopped shit this year. One question. Aren't these the kind of deals that cost you Alex Pietrangelo in the offseason? Stop pissing us off, could you please? We all know that you still have Stanley Cup ambitions due to the huge contracts you passed out over the past few years. That doesn't make it any sort of reality. How shocking the goalies that were questionable at best to start the year have been questionable at best. I'd be praising Evander Kane's performance, but the off-ice turmoil may result in his contract being voided due to creditors wanting to pay off debts with it. I think he'd sign a new contract here, but Erik Karlsson may be having buyer's remorse. He's gone on record saying that he isn't interested in being part of a rebuild, but... Eric,
That's one big ass
you're
dude.
a big part of the problem here. Same issues that plagued the team last year are affecting them now. All the way to the lack of bottom six depth and the bad contracts coming to haunt them. I know the intention is to live in fantasy land and think there's still a chance at greatness, but it's time to face the cold truth. It's over. The time has come to start rebuilding, and it's smacking them right across the face. The problem is, with the contracts they've given out, it's going to be very hard to even get started on it. I don't think Karlsson's going to be too happy. He's lucky San Jose can ship his deal off to Seattle with a few draft picks.
Damn.
Survey says it's another great season for the Golden Knights. Quite the surprise there, isn't it? Who would doubt them with the talent throughout the lineup? With Mark Stone cementing himself into the echelon of elite wingers? With Marc-Andre Fleury reaching peak form and competing for the fucking Vezina? That wouldn't surprise me a bit, but there isn't much for Vegas to prove outside of playoff time. The main question? Will goaltending be able to hold form? Fleury has been elite, but Robin Lehner has been injured for most of the year. The key for Vegas' hopes is in the two-headed monster in net, bringing the final piece to their ambitions. The roster is
nice block.
Alex Pietrangelo has been as hyped to be when he's healthy. So there's a case to be made for long-range goals.
Damn.
I'm expecting some moves to be made at the deadline, but where can you really upgrade? Depth? Coaching?
Crazy.
I don't know.
Hey, man, that's crazy, man. Anyways, man, make sure you comment, subscribe. I love you guys. You guys stay sweaty. I will see you guys in the next video. Okay.